You know that feeling, right? That immediate rush you get
Oh, yeah.
when you finally get something you've really wanted. Maybe you've worked hard for it or just, dreamed about it.
That big win.
Exactly, like landing that promotion or, I don't know, getting the keys to a new place or even just that gadget you've had your eye on.
For sure.
It's that feeling of success, isn't it? Like you've hit the mark.
Yeah, for a moment, everything just feels
Right.
settled.
But what is that feeling, really, like deep down? And maybe more importantly, what happens afterwards, or what if you don't get what you were chasing? That's what we're going to dive into today. We're looking at the nature of desire itself. I mean, it's a concept as old as humanity, basically.
Absolutely fundamental.
And our source for this deep dive is, well, it's incredibly ancient. It's a text called the Kāmasutta.
Mm-hmm.
And the name itself, Kama, meaning desire,
Yeah.
it tells you exactly what this text zeroes in on. This isn't some dusky abstract philosophy, It feels more like a really deep look at how desire actually works in our lives, how it impacts us.
And that's really our mission here today, isn't it? To kind of pull out the core ideas from this really succinct but powerful text.
Yeah, what's the essence?
What does it actually tell us about, the good feeling, the satisfaction when desire is met, but also about the pain when it's not, that emptiness.
Right.
And maybe
Yeah.
there's a different way to handle it all, a path it suggests.
A path, interesting.
And I think this ancient wisdom is, well, it's incredibly relevant,
Yep.
especially for you listening right now, living in this world just full of constant wanting.
Oh, definitely. Ads everywhere, social media.
Exactly. Information overload telling you, you need more, you should desire this, you should acquire that. It's relentless.
Okay, so let's unpack this Kāmasutta. It kicks off with something really relatable, actually. One verse says something like,
Yeah, it's pretty direct.
when someone desires something and it is accomplished, they are certainly filled with joy, having obtained what they wished for.
That's it, right. That immediate high we were talking about.
That's the hook. But what's so fascinating is how quickly it pivots. Like the very next line flips the coin.
Okay, what does it say?
It tells us what happens if those desires fall through, or if you get what you want but then lose it. It says, but if those desires of the desiring, yearning person perish.
Perish. Strong word.
They suffer like one wounded by an arrow.
Wow. An arrow. That's incredibly vivid. It's not just disappointment, is it?
No, not at all.
That imagery really hits home. It suggests the suffering is sharp, piercing. Is the text saying this pain comes from, like, how much we were attached to that desire? Is it about the clinging?
I think that's exactly it. It's not just, oh, well, didn't get it. It's portraying this unmet desire or this lost desire as inflicting a wound as real, as sharp as an arrow. And it seems directly linked to how tightly we were holding on to it, how much we'd invested in that outcome. That resonates even today, doesn't it? You miss out on a job you really wanted, or a relationship ends. That sting feels deeper than just simple disappointment.
Absolutely. It's like this ancient text is saying, pay attention. That feeling is more profound than you might think.
Yeah.
So, okay, if desire brings this temporary joy, but also this potential for sharp pain, how do we, navigate that?
Yeah, if the clinging is the root of the suffering, or at least makes it worse, what's the alternative? What does the Kāmasutta suggest?
Well, it offers a path that might sound a bit surprising at first. It says, one who avoids desires,
Avoids them.
like avoiding a snake's head, overcomes this attachment in the world, being mindful.
Avoiding a snake's head, that implies serious danger, something you instinctively recoil from, not something you just casually ignore.
Exactly. It's not subtle. It frames desire, or maybe the attachment to desire, as something potentially harmful, something to be approached with extreme caution.
So it's not necessarily saying live like a monk, have nothing, but more like be incredibly wary of getting hooked.
Precisely. And it highlights being sato, which means mindful, aware, recognizing this potential danger in the desire itself.
Okay.
And then the text gets quite specific about the kinds of things people tend to cling to.
Oh, like what?
It lists things like fields, land, gold, cattle, horses, servants, women, relatives, various pleasures. Basically, things people strongly desire then, and honestly, many people still strongly desire now in different forms.
Right. Property, wealth, status, relationships, sensory pleasures. It covers a lot of ground.
It does. And it says if a person greedily clings to these, then there's a consequence.
Okay, here comes another metaphor, I bet.
You got it. It says for those people, the ones who are greedily clinging, the dangers overpower the weak person, crushing them.
Crushing them.
Then suffering follows them like water filling a broken boat.
Oh, wow. A broken boat. So you're not just getting a bit wet, you're actually sinking.
Exactly. It's an image of being completely overwhelmed, inevitably weighed down, and eventually just submerged by the suffering that follows, clinging to these desires. You keep taking on water.
That's a powerful and kind of grim picture. You're just constantly trying to stay afloat, but the hole's still there. So if the boat is broken, what do? Does the text offer a way to, like, bail out?
Yes, that's the crucial next step. It doesn't leave you sinking. It concludes with a very active solution.
Okay, good. What is it?
It says, therefore, a mindful person should always avoid desires. Avoid the clinging. Remember the snake's head.
Right.
Abandoning them, they cross the flood.
Cross the flood, like get through life's difficulty.
Exactly. Like one bailing out a boat to reach the other shore.
Ah, so bailing out the boat. It's not about fixing the hole necessarily, but actively removing the water that's dragging you down. It's an action.
Precisely. It's not passive acceptance of sinking. It's an active process. Mindful action to lighten the load, to free yourself from what's weighing you down so you can actually make progress, reach the other shore, perhaps meaning peace or liberation.
It's really quite profound, isn't it? How this ancient text just boils down such a core human experience, desire, joy, suffering into these incredibly clear, impactful images.
Yeah, the snake, the arrow, the boat, they stick with you.
So bringing it all together, the Kāmasutta's main message seems to be, yeah, getting what you want feels good, temporarily.
That initial joy.
But getting too attached, clinging too tightly to those desires or to specific outcomes, that's where the real trouble starts.
Yeah.
Because loss or non-fulfillment is pretty much inevitable sometimes, right?
Right, and that's what leads to that sharp, arrow-like suffering.
And the solution it proposes is, well, it's direct, mindful avoidance. Not necessarily of pleasure itself, maybe, but of the clinging to desire.
Yeah, viewing that intense attachment cautiously, like that snake.
Or like realizing your boat is taking on water and you need to actively start bailing. It's presented not as deprivation, but actually as liberation, freedom from that cycle.
Absolutely. And I think this deep dive into the Kāmasutta, it really offers you, the listener, a powerful way to think about your own relationship with desire.
How so?
Well, it kind of invites you to look for those broken boats in your own life. You know, where are the areas where maybe clinging too tightly to possessions, status, expectations, even specific relationship outcomes might be making you feel, well, overwhelmed, weighed down.
Like you're constantly bailing just to keep your head above water.
Exactly. Are there desires that feel less like gentle currents and more like holes letting in floodwater? Recognizing that is the first step, that mindfulness the text talks about.
It's about seeing the water coming in and then making a conscious choice to start bailing it out, taking that active stance.
A proactive approach to managing our inner world, you could say.
So here's a final thought, maybe something for you to mull over. If freeing yourself from that intense attachment to desires is like bailing water from a boat so you can cross the flood,
Yeah.
what would it actually look like for you to bail out some of that water? Especially today in a world that's constantly telling you to want more, take on more, desire more. What would that mindful bailing look like in practice right now?